Welcome back to Laugh, Wind and Perspire. This week, Cas, what are we talking about?
We are talking about online dating. Is it the way forward?
Have you done it?
Loads of times.
I've done it.
That's it. Have you done it?
I did it before I met my husband in 2001. I found I was a bit of a stalker on it, though. Someone gave me a bit of attention. I was like, okay, let's date, let's meet, let's go, okay, let's go. And then we'd have a date, and if I liked him, which I really did, I think I turned into a stalker. I'm not going to lie. Not sure it was for me.
But why? So in 2000, you were 28? Yeah. Why did you at 28?
30.
Okay, 30. Oh, yeah, nearly 30. Yeah. Why did you do online dating then?
Because I was in a pop group and I lived with those 5 people, and we didn't get to meet anybody because all we did was touring. And yeah, so I was single and I thought, right, I'm going to give this a go. So I did.
And
I
met
a guy called Panos, who was lovely, had his own place in London, really nice guy, went out, had a lovely time. And then, like I say, I just turned into a stalker, really. It's like, what are we doing tomorrow? He's like, oh, I'm busy tomorrow, I'm working. What, you're doing? What? How very dare you? Yeah, I turned into a stalker. So he dumped me, and then I thought, oh, online dating's not for me, clearly.
Do you think now, if you became single, that you would do online dating?
Mate, I'd be over that like a rash. I would. Because when I go out now in town, and I grew up here, and I meet up with so many people, all of them are married, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like, you know, yeah, it's really hard to meet somebody, I think. And yeah, I'd love that. Those little flirty chats. Oh, I'd be in my element, mate.
I think that's the thing. When I used to do online dating before, well, actually, I went out with one guy from online, no, 2 guys from online for a couple of years. I used to see it as such a laugh, but a lot of people get really upset by it. And I'm just like, no, think of it as you're going out, you're going to meet somebody, you know, whether they're awful, that's always good for your mates to have a laugh at, or whether they're lovely, well, that's a bonus for you. And then you maybe get a free meal, you know, whatever.
You know, it's a bit like auditions, isn't it? I think I've been to so many auditions and I've been knocked back, right? And I can handle those. I was disappointed. But I think to be knocked back on a dating thing, I don't know how I'd take that. Because I think, well, actually, I'm a really good person. What you see is what you get, and you don't want me. You don't want me. With an audition, I can get it. Yeah, it's not what they were looking for this West End music. Oh, I can understand that. I don't know if I can accept it, Cas.
Do you think it would? I think, that's a lot of the problem, is the fact that it's a personal, it's about you physically, like your image, isn't it? It's about your image. Not necessarily, you'll be thinking, oh, it's because I'm a size 16 to 18. He wants a size 14.
Yeah.
And I think that's
right. So I don't know if I need that knock in my confidence. But a lot of women out there are single, have tried it, have found love.
Yeah.
A lot of women have tried it, like, no way. No, they're all idiots, don't want to know. They're only in it for one thing, blah, blah, blah. But the other thing I've heard is that men, a lot of the men that these women have dated seem to come with baggage. As women, we're very happy to move on and make a fresh start, whereas men seem to be like, well, you're still angry that their ex-wife have left, or even if they had an affair and it didn't work out, or men don't seem to move on, is what I tend to get when I speak to our followers.
Still angry at their past, and you're like, well, that was 15 years ago, mate, just let it go. Okay, yes, you went off with the builder, I'm sorry about that, but you're here now. Is this what you want?
Yes.
And they're very needy. I find needy, like, I think us as females, we're so independent and capable, and etc., and we have lovely friends that support us, girlfriends, and whereas men have a wife or a partner, and it's just that person that does everything for them.
Yeah, or they go out to the pub and they're like, lads, yeah, see the football, yeah, blah, blah. You know, when do they ever
properly talk?
Yeah, they don't. They bury their head in the sand, a lot of them, don't they? It's a bit like when I confront my husband and go, oh, you did this, you did that. Head, sand, don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. Why?
But yet when they find that new woman who becomes that friend, Oh, great. I've got someone to talk to now. I'm going to offload how I felt about when my wife left me. No, mate, I don't want to talk about that. Do you know what I mean? It's hard as well because actually you are putting yourself out there. You know, you hear horror stories, don't you? You know,
Yeah.
so you have to go, obviously, to a public place.
I was chatting to this guy on a dating site, then we were WhatsApping. He's in London and he said, right, I'll come down to Brighton. I love Brighton. And his profile was just like his dark curly hair, bit on the sort of a side, lovely blue eyes, like gorgeous. I had this image of a tall, dark, handsome Irish. He was Irish, gorgeous guy. We used to have a real laugh. Anyway, we planned this Saturday to come down. He was going to stay over. I'd never met him. We'd spoken, but we actually had never done a video call. Yeah, should have done that because when he turned up at the,
How long had you been talking for?
probably about quite a few weeks, and there was a train strike, so we had to get the bus from halfway from London to Brighton.
Surely that would have been alarm bells. He's a bus wanker before he's even arrived.
Yeah, because he was going to stay over. You see, he's going to stay and have a few drinks. We were going to make mad passionate love. He was going to be beautiful. He was going to be like me, my Mr. Darcy. Got to the Brighton station, and my girlfriend was like, always have somebody who knows where you're going as well. Really important. She goes, all right, let me know when you meet him. Let me know. Da, 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 da. Anyway, I was at Brighton station looking around, and I'd made a real effort, honestly, Neens. I was fucking hell. I would have had sex with me. I was looking so good.
Nice one.
And
like
then
that.
this guy turned up, and I'm only 5'3". He was probably 5'2". He had the biggest head. It was out of proportion with his body. He had rings on all his fingers. He had bad breath.
Oh,
He had chinos that was like not nice chinos, and he had the smallest forehead. Like his forehead was that bit. We went to the pub.
oh my God. The whole time are you thinking, oh my God, I need to get out of this.
My mates are gonna piss themselves laughing. So went there, got a drink. He got a drink, and he just said, "Where should we go next?" I said, "I did the worst thing." Went to the toilet, came out, went, "Oh my God, my friend's just phoned me. She's going through a really bad time. I really need to go and see her. I'm so sorry." And he said, "So what about us?" I went, "I don't really think there is." He said, "No, I'm really not feeling it. You're not what I thought you were." And
I thought you were.
he said, "Is it all right if I still stay? Because there's a train strike." I went, "No, sorry." Ran up the hill and went to my mates, and we got a pizza and pissed ourselves laughing.
Right, there is a massive, massive learning here for anybody, male or female, listening to this. Do a video call before you meet up with that person.
Honestly. And make sure there's like a measurement on the wall. Get them to stand in front of it so you know if they are actually taller than you.
Did he not put his height on there? Or I suppose people lie, don't they, as well? People
just
do lie.
One, my other guy, I went out with my mate, my ex-boyfriend Darren. On his profile, he wrote about travel. If I'm not doing it, I'm reading about it because I've traveled lots and I love travel, Anyway, when we would be going out with each other for a few weeks, he was hilarious. We were more like mates than anything. He was funny. And I went, Daz, I said, where have you travelled to then? Where are the best countries you've been to? He goes, oh, India. I went, oh my God, I said, I'd love to go there. This is before I went to the Himalayas. I said, I'd love to go there. He went, yeah, it was gorgeous. He did like a 5-week trek. I went, oh my God, and where else? He went, and that's where I've been. So he was 42, and he'd only been to India. Not that that's a bad thing, but he made out
that he was a real
world.
Yeah, and that's the thing, isn't it? I think you can be anything you want to be online, really.
Anything, absolutely anything. That word catfish.
Yes, but it even like Freya's got a boyfriend now, and she's only 16, bless her. But I think they met through Quick Ad or something on Snapchat. So that means that you know, it may be one of Freya's best friend's cousins mates or something, but there's a connection. And I do like it because their inner circle does get bigger on the internet. Then they pass these people in the street and they go, see if they've never met them before or spoken to them. Anyway, so she has met, I suppose, her boyfriend via online. But to be fair, they were at a party together, and that's where they sort of met as well, with mutual friends and whatnot. So it is the future.
It is, but I don't think now. I mean, I love being single. Genuinely love being single. And I think I'm not sure what kind of relationship I would want now.
See, this is the other thing, isn't it? We all become stubborn. We know what we like. We know what we want. You know, if I split with Mars now, you know, he's a saint, really, what he puts up with, and vice versa. But we know each other's flaws. Whereas now, when you meet somebody, there's going to be so much more, I think, that grates on you, and things that you do that grate on them.
And I've got one of my best mates is a male, and we see a lot of each other, and we train together, we go out together socially, and literally he is my cock block, because when I'm with him, everyone thinks we're together. So I never meet anyone.
Yeah.
Like, we go out in a group, but we're always together. He's single, I'm single.
You love being single, Cas, right? So friends with benefits. Is there something in that? Could there be something in that where you could live the rest of your life as a friend you just have sex with and you're just mates? Yeah. Is that dangerous territory? What do you think?
I think years ago, sorry, I haven't got a tissue, so I'm just wiping my nose on my T-shirt, just so you know.
Class. Is that the one you're going to wear in a minute?
That's the one I'm going to wear in a minute, but I'm doing on the inside so you can't see the bogies on it. You know what I mean? I think as you get older, it's like, I remember doing a live on Instagram once on Dance Your Tits Off, and we were talking about relationships. And I was saying, thing is, if I went into a relationship now, my life is busy, but also quiet when I want it to be quiet. But, you know, sometimes I'd like maybe like a bit of sex Saturday afternoon between 2 and 4, maybe not, and then maybe some dinner, but then I got to go because I don't want them staying over. I don't want them snoring in my bed. It's really, really annoying. So it's like, they'd have to be on my terms. But saying that,
I don't know though, friends with benefits, again, the stalker in me, would I become too attached?
Well, that's the other thing. As a female means,
because you'd have to fancy him, wouldn't you?
Yes, and I'm not very good at. Well, I can't have sex with somebody I don't find attractive. Well, you know, that, which I think, you know, you fancy, and then when you fancy them, it's not just a physical being; it's about the humour and the banter, and then you might think, oh, I quite like to see that person again.
Yeah. And you know, as females, you're right, we do get attached,
emotionally attached.
Yeah. Do men, friends with benefits, do you think they become attached emotionally, or do you think they're more inclined to be able to shut off and just go, yeah, what do you mean you becoming attached? Like, all we do is sex, that's it, and we're mates.
The only one, I did have a friend with benefit for a while, for about 6 months, and he was a lot younger than me, to the point I was actually older than his mum. That's how much younger he was than me. So I knew with him and I.
Can I ask you a question? Yeah. Was that good sex?
No, it's porn sex.
Fair play. That's not bad. Yeah.
He watched porn so much that's what he thought
was sex.
Even the chat was porn sex.
See, and this is another thing what we have spoken about before. We're going to have to do a chat on porn, etc.
Oh my God,
sex. But yeah, you're right. I think a lot of blokes watch porn. I'm not saying women don't, and absolutely crack on, girls. But our portrayal, many portrayal, is, you know, let's be real. There is a reason why 50 Shades of Grey did so well. Yeah. Because we like that. Whereas I think a lot now, when it comes to porn that men watch, it can be very much quite aggressive.
And always the female pleasuring the male, the male dominating, and also not a traditional way of having sex. Making love. There's no snuggles. You know, like I love a, you know, like a snuggle and a bit of a kiss. There's no snogging, Neens. Snogging. Yeah. Oh my God, is heaven. But in
Yeah. I was
porn,
just thinking that.
there's
Yeah,
no
I mean,
snogging in porn. So the
and we
younger
had this conversation once before, didn't we? That now youngsters think anal sex is just like normal intercourse.
normal, and that's what they. And it's the worst thing is the girls and the boys think that's what they should do. And also, you think means when phones, they go to school. Obviously, well, Freya's 16. She's got a mobile phone. At that age, or say 14 up, they've got a phone. Not necessarily sexually, hopefully not sexually active before it's legal. And then they can just look on their phone and think, oh, that okay, so I've got to look like that, and I've got to allow them to do that.
Yeah. Because if they're not talking to their mums or, or whatever, I mean, to be fair, Freya and I have a very frank, open conversation about things like that. But you're right. You think it's normal.
It was, do you know, I don't even know how I
We
learned
learn from
about
each other. We learned in biology that goes in that.
like that.
And then your mates would have sex and you'd go, what was it like? Oh, well, he put it in and then blah, blah, blah. And yeah. You didn't even think about putting it in a bum hole.
I mean, my thing
Each
is
to their own.
Each to their own. That's a hole for poo to come out of. And how is that? Who is that pleasurable for? Do you know what I mean? You want to go and stick Kim Willie in some shit? Feel free, mate, but that is not going anywhere near me. Unless do you know what I mean? I know certain relationships love it, but I don't mind if that. But I think as you're growing up, you need to learn the love side of bloody love and sex. A relationship and caring. It's not about just ramming it in there. Sometimes it is.
There has got to be something in a dating site that is just video only, isn't there?
You go, what you mean?
Your
like
introduction
this?
has to be a video. Hi, I'm Neens. I'm blah, blah, blah. Just in the background. And then everything about it is videos. So that, because anyone can get a picture, you can download a picture from anywhere and pretend to be somebody. Yeah. So then you may have, instead of having like 5 profile pictures, you have 5 profile videos, so the second one, and even if you're holding the picture and going, oh, that was me when I was younger.
Yeah,
there's got to be something in that. Just so you know, I'm about to copyright it, so if any dating sites are watching, unless you sponsor us, you can't have that idea. Thank you. So online dating, Kaz, are you on any sites at the moment?
Yeah,
there are supposed to be some really good ones out there, aren't they? Like Bumble is supposed to be a good one.
Bumble is the one where all the men come up on your phone or the app, and then if you like them, you'll see if you match with them, and then you as a female have to make the first move.
So you don't get loads of those messages from men saying hi,
sending you dick pics, or just saying hi. Why is it they just say hi?
Yeah. Oh, well, there's a conversation starter. Yeah, have a little bit of something. Tell me something about you. Even if you copy and paste it to every bloody woman, I don't know, just, yeah.
Exactly. It's about humour for me as well. Somebody's got to make me laugh, Neens.
Yeah. Yeah. So how much roughly is Bumble, do you know?
How much to pay? I don't know, I don't pay.
How come you don't pay?
Because you can have a free part of it and Tinder, but the paying ones are the better ones, and they're about £10 a month, I think.
Do you know what? That's a small price to pay if you find the one that you love. And listen, I know friends that have met people, they've gone on to get married.
Yeah, I have.
Then I know friends that are still on it years later, and
yeah,
it's just I suppose it's just a luck of the draw. It's a bit like going out to a pub. There might be someone you fancy. There might not be someone you fancy.
Absolutely.
Mate, there's got to be something in us holding weekends or something for single men, single women.
Yeah, but that's like speed dating, isn't it? They do that.
Do they?
Yeah.
Do they still do that?
Yeah.
Do they?
Should we go on one for
Mate, I would love to go on one just to be able to talk about it after.
You and me should go on one for research for this. Obviously.
You know what? Imagine, hi Miles. Yeah, I'm going to go on speed dating.
with
Yeah,
Cas.
no. It's honestly, it's not to meet anybody else or anything. Imagine if I did meet someone that floated my boat. That'd be awkward, wouldn't it? Hi, Miles. You know, I said that I wasn't out to meet somebody. Well, this could be your lucky day.
You are out of here.
So, online dating, you would say give it a go. I would say give it a go. I would also say don't become a stalker like I did, because that put him off and I never really heard from him after a few
And
years.
all, and also to do it with, a lot of the time people feel that they've got to do it and they're going to meet the love of their life. Do it with the fun in it. Go on lots of dates if you can, but be safe. Always be safe. Sorry.
See, Kaz, that's a really good tip, because I would be thinking, I want to meet the love of my life. That's why I'm on there. So how do you go from wanting to meet the love of your life to telling yourself, let's just have a bit of fun with this? Because actually, a bit of fun probably means just a bit of sexy time. And actually, no, I don't just want that.
Well, it might be. You might find the love of your life. You don't know. But the good way to do it is not to think that every person you're going to meet is the love of your life. He might be, he might not. There's always somebody out there for someone if you want it. But you also need, it's like, you've got to look at what you really want. So I've compromised at a detriment to my happiness in loads of relationships. Or I can't do that because he doesn't like it, or I better not do that. Like, never again. You've always got to compromise in a relationship. We know that. There's always going to be little, but as long as it's okay. But just, there's nothing wrong with being on your own. It is so lovely. And you can be alone and not be lonely. Lonely and alone are two different things as well.
Yeah, that's a really, really good point, actually. You are right. You can be alone.
Because you can be lonely
happy
in a relationship, Neens.
Yeah, and you know, that's something that I've learned probably in about the last sort of 5 years. I love alone time. I don't get it enough. I bloody love it. Whereas I didn't like it before.
And I get it. And I don't have to worry about, and if I wanted to come in and eat beans on toast, I can eat beans on toast. So if I don't want to do the washing up, I don't have to do the washing up. Not that they're making me do that, but I don't have to worry about it. It's an array of
I know
things.
what you mean. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Totally. Yeah. You do.
You
want to do
yeah.
whenever you want.
Yeah.
And if you want the company, you go out.
Go and see a mate.
Yeah.
Or go online and say, you're nice. Do you want to go on a date? Should we try it?
You know what I mean? On single. Do you remember that song? Single.
Yeah, love it.
Life cameo.
And I think the sad thing is with online dating, as I've just said, is that people get really upset by it. And like, oh, I hate it. It's horrible. Oh my God, I thought he was really nice and he turned out to be a real arsehole.
See, I think that would be me. I think I'd be that person. And I'm very confident in my own skin. But I still think that would be me. I don't think I can handle the knockbacks. I can in anything else. But in love, honestly, I think I would seriously think, why can't you like me? I'm a good person. Why don't you want to be with me?
You're
I'm
annoying.
a kind person. I'm not,
You can't cook.
All right, I'm chubby. I can't cook. You cook. I eat. There are stipulations, but I don't think I could get my head around that.
Really?
Does that sound like my own arse? It probably does a bit.
No, because
I think I'm a good catch.
Yeah.
Not in looks. I'm talking about generally in life. If you want to go to the pub, mate, on your crack, bye. I'm not possessive. I'm really independent.
Stalker.
Yeah, sure. That's in the beginning. We've got to get past that phase. Once we're past that phase, then you can go to the pub.
Then you can go in the pub.
I'm in it for love. If I'm on a dating site, that's why when we'd seen each other a few times and we had sexy time and all that, and he was lovely and he had his own place in Southgate, and I was like, oh yes, I'm going to be very happy here in North London. And he was like, I don't want to see you anymore. What? You fucking what? I mean, I've planned it all, mate. I even knew what our kids were going to look like.
Okay, we've now established
online dating's not for me.
Online dating is so not for Neens. Okay, if ever she becomes single, this face, guys, No,
Do
don't
not date this
date her.
face.
Don't date that face. It's dangerous.
Or maybe we do the online video thing. We start that off, and I'm like, "Hi, I'm Neens. I'm single. I am a stalker. So feel free to walk. Or if you're into if stalking is your thing,
Be totally transparent, Names.
crack on.
I think you should. I think that'd be perfect. Just be
Any hole to
totally transparent.
go."
Perfect point to round up. Absolutely, because we've established Neens is a stalker and she will have to stay with Miles for the rest of her life or be single.
Sorry, Miles. Yes, I think there was hope that he may have got out of this marriage at some point, but
No,
it's
not happening.
It's just
On that
not
note,
happening. I feel like we need to kind of talk about, you need to go on a date, Cas, or something. I know you've got to fancy that person. Just get on there this afternoon, and then we can carry this on like in a couple of weeks or something. How your date
shall
went.
I?
What we should do, Cas, actually, do you want us to do a live about this? We should do a live about online dating.
Oh my God. Honestly, we should
Because
do
everyone's
it.
going to have experiences to share, aren't they?
Absolutely. And we
Are
can
you
do
a stalker? Or are you as cool as a cucumber?
Are you a Neens or
Don't
you a
mention a
Cas?
cucumber when online dating. Yeah.
Okay, definitely. So our next one, maybe after this,
Yeah.
we'll do a live on online dating. The
Okay.
pros and cons, Neens.
Pros and cons and experiences. But if you've got anything to comment, please leave it below after you've liked and subscribed. And don't forget, Cas, they need to leave a review on
Podcast
podcast thing. Yeah. You know, when
or
people
YouTube.
listen to this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm still wiping my nose.
Don't get a tissue. Anyway.
Anyway, on that note.
Thanks for watching. Washing. You can wash if you like. Thanks for watching. Cas is off to get a tissue to seriously blow her nose. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And leave that review on podcast. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you soon.